G'day guys, Jamie from Grease and Gas here, powered by Caprice Media. Well, it's been a hot minute. We haven't been back to Southern Rod and Custom here in Shepparton. A lot of things have changed, the shops have been rearranged and cars have progressed. This guy here, Shane, is going to run us through a few updates, and we may have a look at a few products later on to do with Chassis Works Australia. But we'll start with this Mad XP here that's basically a Restomod or something?
Yeah, we term it as a Restomod. The car's been in the build for quite a long time with the customer. We've had it probably 7 or 8 years. It's pretty much a project that it's been done as money's available to be done with it. Originally it was slated to have a small block Ford in at Windsor, but we've come up with the idea of having a turbo barrow in it, which is pretty cool. The car itself's actually got suicide doors on it, which is a bit different for a XP Coupe.
Was that difficult getting with those curved body lines? You'd obviously have to get the hinge right to get it out away from the body.
Yeah, totally, yeah. It's, the hinges are sort of custom design. Another shop had actually done that. We sort of took the vehicle over from them. Done excellent work, you know, it works well and whatever else, but we're responsible for the rest of the bodywork and the paint and everything else. Yeah.
How do you, from an engineering standpoint, the weight distribution maybe with the barrow turbo?
Yeah, no, it's pretty much as it would be if it was like a Windsor based or even the large 300 6-cylinder.
Yeah, because they were cast iron. This is probably a lot lighter.
That's exactly right,
or it's with the turbo on there. Maybe it's equaling the weight.
Yeah, it's pretty close to it. Yeah. We haven't done any actual corner weights yet, but we'll do that when we do put it through engineering.
And not the final wheel choice. Just
no, they're just rollers at the moment. We're actually putting large diameter steelies on it.
Are you guys manufacturing them? Or?
Yeah. Then we'll run red walls on it as well. Just to give it an early sort of muscle car look to it, yeah.
I might have to get back to you about that actually. I want to give my Camaro Copo look on steroids, you know, without going to forge welds or something.
There you go.
All right, so the EH here, we saw that last time we were here. This has progressed a little bit, but the owner's engaged himself in another business venture and money's gone that way for the moment, so this car has probably changed a little bit, but not much. This Porsche here, Shane, this has progressed quite a bit since
this has been a pretty special car for us to build. This particular car, I think I said last time, was the second Cabriolet ever to come into Australia by Hamilton's in Sydney, brand new. It was custom ordered for a customer. Early PTS colour, so the paint to sample, which was quite rare back then. This has the Rudge knockoff wheels on it.
Yep.
So when this car was purchased new, we've actually got the original receipt for it. It was £3,200 and the wheels were half the cost of the car.
Wow.
So those wheels now are super rare. I won't say how much they're worth, but it's quite a lot. Costs us a lot to have them restored. The vehicle itself's pretty much nearly ready to start now. We've got all the engine and everything in. The trimmer's pretty much done all the trim, so we're just sort of progressing on now and hoping to have it finished by the end of the year, hopefully.
What about the glass? Is that original to the car? Or
so being a Cabriolet, this has a Rudge lift-off roof, which is quite a rare option for these things. Supplied new by Porsche, obviously, but built by Rudge. And the glass in the actual roof was custom made at that time, so you can't buy reproduction glass. We'd either have to get it made if it was bad, but it actually is quite good. The rest of the glass, obviously the doors and the screen we can buy, but the glass is really good in it, so we're going to use that again.
Oh, beautiful. That's it.
Yeah, it's sort of one of those cars that every nut and bolt was with the car.
Everything that came off basically went back on. That's a good restoration, eh?
Yeah.
And we've got one of the employees here. He's got the free thinkers here, Shane.
Yeah.
This Tirana is not a SLR, it's a GTR 3000 basically. R32 Skyline front subframe, and I think the R32 rear subframe. If you look through the engine bay, you'll see my hand here. That's basically where the drive shafts will pass through to the front diff. I think it's using the floor tunnel, transmission tunnel and that out of another Skyline. And yeah, Greg, who owns it?
Glenn.
Glenn?
Yeah.
Glenn, who owns it's been lucky enough to find a couple of inches of space in the shop here to get some progress on this thing. This will be a very wild car when it's finished. Very out of the box. Very out of the box. These guys are artists. I mean, we were just doing a thing with that Art in Motion
Yes, yep.
display. You're going to have a few
Yeah,
guitars in
guitars
that there.
there,
You
yeah.
can have my favourite guitar there.
Yes, yes.
Don't you play it
No,
either.
I won't.
We'll get some attractive young woman in to play that guitar. But yeah, I mean, looking at the wheels and everything, this thing will go around corners. And what are we looking at here?
So this is a 180B Mercedes-Benz 1958. It's one of our customers. We're building a 56 F100 for at the moment, and this was his granddad's car.
Yep.
Hence, it's pretty much an emotional build because you wouldn't spend the money we're spending on this on one of these things. But lovely little car, and his wife will drive it and park it next to a brand new Mercedes, I suppose. But, yeah,
I'm sure
not exactly what we normally do, but because he's a good customer, you know, we're doing it. So.
Yeah, but the quality will be there, really.
Yeah, it'll be a beautiful car. I mean, world's best 180 anyway. So.
Yeah. All the people in Germany saying, why?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We've got this beautiful Monaro over here as well.
So that's quite a special car too. It's ermine white HK GDS, but it's a 307 Powerglide car.
Yep.
Quite rare for a GDS to be in that guise. Normally they are 327s or 350s, obviously, but being HK, it would have been 327.
Yep.
We're doing pretty much a resto mod on it. Everything's still bolt on. United shop, speed shop front end. Do a Gazzard Brothers leaf spring setup in the rear.
Yep.
Having a hot 350 in it, probably 550, 600 horsepower. Turbo 400 or 350. Just going to have black steelies.
Yep.
Just a good.
All the crazy stuff that goes in can come straight back out
again,
and put it back to original.
Exactly,
That's great. That's great because
mean,
you can still have fun with it.
Yeah, we find that guys are more going that way now because you know, a lot of the cars that we've restored, you don't want to use them, and as much as you want to be romantic about, oh, it's a brand new car, it's not. You know, it's going to drive like an old car.
That's right.
This way, this thing's going to brake and handle and steer properly.
That's it. So speaking of old cars driving old and you're sort of upgrading them to make them run better and handle better, I mean, already the second generation Camaro did handle a lot better than the first generation Camaro, but you guys have brought this up to another level.
Yes, this one's a very, very special car. We've had this quite a long time. It's actually gone through 2 different owners. We're finishing for one of our very good customers we've got a few cars for. So this is a 70 RS. It's called a split bumper. This is pretty much a full Detroit Speed car. So Detroit Speed rear end, bars, complete hydroform subframe. This has got a Harrop Hurricane manifold LS in it.
Yep.
6.2 litre. It's around 700 horsepower, so it should have enough pony to put it down.
And a lot of revs too.
A lot of revs, yeah.
A lot of revs.
It's got all ZR1 Corvette brakes. It's pretty much a track car, and we intend to put it around Winton when it's finished, just, you know, somebody in it that can actually drive it. You want to volunteer? Or?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'd like to see this at the Camaro Firebird Nationals as well at Easter in Albury.
Yeah, so it's going to be a pretty special car. We're pretty much trying to have to finish by the end of the year. All the trim's been done in it. It's actually a beautiful chocolate leather to accent the car. Yeah,
fair stereo in it, it looks.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a pumper in it, yeah.
So by the hydroform front subframe, a lot of OE manufacturers use that technology in their cars, but it costs a lot of money to have the machinery and that to basically form these chassis rails. So for Detroit Speed to go that far to get the consistency and the strength and all that sort of stuff into a subframe is not cheap. So it's a fair step, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because they're known for their OEM quality componentry. Obviously wholly owned Detroit Speed nowadays, but the boys are still involved in
Kyle
it.
Tucker's still there. Yep.
So you know, everything about those guys and their stuff, everything's got to be top quality.
Yep.
End of story. You know,
Yep.
and that's why we use it. You know,
Yep.
I mean, there's other manufacturers that do subframes.
Yep.
We built quite a lot ourselves. We've got a '68 Camaro in the other assembly area.
Yep.
That I've done the subframe for that. Pretty much a fabricated frame. But this is the echelon of subframes.
Are these bigger for the
Yeah, so
front wheels?
we split these and widen them and whatever else to get, because this is running a 285, 295 front tyre. So
Wow, I've got
quite a wide thing.
275s on the back of mine.
Yeah, so you know, I mean, this thing's built for the track, and you know, that's
And
what
this is what it means by the split bumper. They've got the two separate bumperettes.
Yep.
The more basic models would have a bumper going all the way across, and this would be a fair bit different.
Yeah, you know, we've done quite a bit of rework to the front of this, because these things have a large a buffer in between this piece and that.
Yep.
Normally, so it sits out quite proud, and we've put it back, we've cut it, moved it back in, and got all
The gaps on it are amazing. And over here we've got a truck that we saw last time with not an ounce of colour on it. This is coming up really well. This is one of the ones where most of your customers are like, yeah, 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, so it's this has got a worked LSA in it. Still stock supercharger set up on it, but you know, the internals have been worked over. So you know, we think it's around 1,000 horsepower.
Yep.
It's got the late model transmission and everything in it.
What was it, like a 6L80? Or?
Yeah, 6L80. Yeah.
6L80. Yep.
How
much of this is chassis works under this?
This is not our chassis. So this truck was bought as a project. The customer bought it and slotted it in with the other 3 or 4 cars we're doing for him at the moment. And this is I think it's CSI chassis from America. Quite a well-built chassis. You know, and this is going to Queensland eventually. So
he owns the Buick.
Exactly, yes.
Yep.
It's Ben. Yep.
And is this one of your little projects here with the timber?
Yeah, we've gone into using this engineered timber now, which is pretty much what you use in your floors in your house. We just finished the C10 in the other room, which we'll have a look at. It's all black sort of timber like this. Looks really cool.
As usual, your timber is very classy for
these
cars.
It's sort of
goes with the black roof as well.
It does, yeah. The whole car's pretty classy. He had a new Range Rover, and it was this colour. So hence why we went with it. And
a nice roll pan with the exhaust cutouts and all that sort of stuff. It should be a great thing. And this room now used to be the fabrication shop. It's now considered.
Yeah, this is our final assembly here. The next one over, which we'll go into, is our pre-delivery area. So cars that are pretty much up to the point of test driving. The engineer will do his final inspections in that area, and then out the gate.
That's it. Yep.
Off to the customer.
All the nut and bolt checks.
Yeah. So.
All right, we'll go over there. All right, we're over here in final assembly, pre-delivery, nut and bolt check area. We're doing a bit of a throwback Thursday, only that's a Saturday, with a car that Shane built quite a few years ago at the original shop there in Denny.
Yeah, so this car we finished around 2010, I think, for a customer from Melbourne, and a local customer of ours now that owns the gold 70 Camaro we just looked at, owns it now. And yeah, lovely car. This was quite a big build for Southern Rod back then. Pretty much rebodied the whole car. Wasn't much left of it. 67 Firebird convertible, obviously. 6.2 litre LS in it. Magna charger. It's got one of our custom subframes under it.
Is that Detroit Speed in the back or your 4-link?
No, it's all our 4-link. This was sort of built pre-Detroit Speed coming along.
Having looked under it, this has definitely got some custom control arms in the front, coilovers in the back.
It was a pretty innovative car. Then we took it to Summernats and had it at Motorex, I think, as well. Done quite well in the engineering department of it.
Beautiful. I like the black on the bonnet and the black on the back there. Some would say it's very Mopar, but it's not. It's 5.
It's 5. Yeah.
All right, we'll go over to this beautiful silver 55 Chevy here.
Yes, this car, we actually started this back in Denny, and then it went away for a long time, got stored, and then it's come back to us the last few years to finish off. So this is local guy owns it. 4-door.
Old school show wheels intros?
They're intros, yeah. Twisted Vistas,
yeah.
yes. They actually made a bit of a comeback nowadays, these things, but
yeah. Look, bit of a timeless wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Another brave choice on the interior colour.
Yeah, it's you just got to be a very clean person, that's all.
Oh, definitely. And she's running a crate 502.
Yeah, 502.
Turbo 400.
It's we've converted to a rack. It's got air ride arms, top, up and lower arms.
Oh, is it on airbags or?
Yes, it's on airbags. Yeah.
Yep. So this hasn't got much more to go?
No, we're pretty much nearly ready. We've just been waiting for the trimmer to finish up doing what he's got to do, and then we're ready for its first drive.
Oh, beautiful.
So, you
Not too, it's pretty, it looks pretty stock body and that just...
Yeah, it is. It's been tightened up, obviously, you know. But, you know, that was what the whole essence of the car was. It just, we didn't want something that's outlandish or whatever, but, you know, it's just going to be a nice driver, and he wants to use it with his family. And
from what did you guys paint it? Yep.
Yeah, we've painted the car.
So yeah, you can sort of see very consistent silver. The white's probably an easy one, but yeah, no model or anything in the silver. It's you can easily bugger up silver if you're not careful. Quite good chrome on it. But, yeah, can't wait to see that on the road. And we've got this pickup here. This has been I think this was a lot less assembled last time we saw it.
Yeah, it's sort of a bit like this car. It's sort of, we pre-assembled it, sent it away. The owner had trim done, and his dad put all the wood in the back floor. And it's come back to us now just to final assemble up, get it engineered, and then you can off and drive it then. So.
How does that sort of thing change your project management? Because I know you'd have a system of where to start and where to finish without trying to do things twice?
Yeah, it does bugger things up a bit. Sort of puts us out, and then we've got to try and reschedule it in, and henceforth, it normally takes quite a long time when it comes back to us than what it would if had it stayed here.
Yep.
Because then we've got to schedule it in between all everybody else's cars that we're committed to finishing.
So I guess if customers want to have their own hands on it and they want to put their own input, or they've got someone they prefer to do something in particular, that's fine, but you need to understand it affects the timeline.
It does, yes.
And possibly cost.
Yep.
And
it does because 90% of the time when the car comes back to us and somebody else has touched it, we've got to change it.
Oh, right.
Just because it's not the way we would have done it, or it's not right.
Yep.
You know, I say to people, just trust in our experience.
And in the end, it's like you're the last person that's responsible for it. When it comes out, it's considered a Southern Rod and Custom car. If other people have worked on it, it's probably something you've got to be careful about.
Right, yes.
It's been a good day for me with the whole Camaro Firebird mix. As we go over to this monster over here, you guys haven't done everything, but you did do a fair
so this
bit
car
to it.
was originally built, first built in the 80s or late 80s. Purple with a banana coloured leather interior, which you know,
which surprisingly was in the 69s and that you could order a yellow interior.
That's right.
And I don't want to go into that.
Not the nicest, but anyway. So this car had basically just come to us. The owner had a pretty hot 800 horsepower big block built for it, but the car was old and worn. When he brought it to us and wanted to put these 22s under the back and tub it and whatever else, and that was all we were going to do. Now it's turned into pretty much a full build. So we've done one of our front subframes under it, chassis works subframe. Repainted the car, done it in purple again, which wasn't my choice, but you know, we like it now. It's been done. And Craig's doing a new black leather interior for it, which will
sort of stock themed, or he's going to get away from stock?
No, it's pretty much based on what a Camaro would be, but done in leather. You know,
I actually look at my Camaro being a stock, not deluxe interior, but I really other than maybe a TMI or Fessler interior,
Yeah.
I really can't get away from the muscle car
Exactly,
look
yeah,
of that.
yeah, yeah.
And plus my Staffy can get in without his claws going through the leather, you know. Yeah, this is a monster. We haven't heard it run yet, but it's like, it has run, and yeah, it's looking pretty good, pretty good. But behind us, we've got the pickup that you guys unveiled at Motor X.
Yeah, so this lovely truck. This we just actually took it for its first drive this morning. So it's got all the good ticks. So it's great.
Yep. This was a LSA.
So this is an LSA. Pretty much a stock engine. So you know it's the normal 650, 750 horsepower engine.
Yep.
This has got a 6L ADE in it.
Yep.
Transmission.
Do you still have to tune all that, shift points?
Yeah.
and
So
pressures
it's had an initial go over by our transmission guy, but now we're driving, it's going to have more now because it's not shifting quite right. Yeah, it's got one of our chassis works chassis under it, so full chassis. Pretty much can drive at this height now. This is dump now, but
Wow.
it only comes up like an inch or so from this now.
That's
And drives
fantastic.
full lock. It's great. Yeah.
Because that's like an emphasis on your chassis and the vehicle that
Yeah.
they're sitting on is, making sure everything fits, everything moves.
Yep.
Your timber work there.
Yeah. So this again, it's just this engineered wood that we're using now for a lot
Do
of the
you
trades.
create these trims here
Yeah,
yourself?
so we made all them in-house. This whole centre's all on actuators, so it actually comes up and all the fuel tanks and air ride are all underneath it.
Yep, so it's practical.
So it's practical, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just beautiful combination colour-wise.
Definitely.
The cream with the champagne.
Definitely. And at that event, and this is the thing we're going to go into shortly, is that the events that I've been to, that you've been to, your vehicles usually always win an engineering award.
Yeah, we sort of, I won't say we've been lucky, but I mean, something that we take a lot of pride in is the engineering of our cars, especially our chassis and componentry and everything else that we do. And pretty much most large shows that we go to that have engineering awards, we normally win them, which is a bit of a feather in my cap anyway, because I do most of that sort of stuff. Just shows that we're doing something right. And
that's it, because like Chris's car, the Coronet won last year. Les's cars have won. Yeah, it's just a testament to the Chassis Works Australia product.
Yes, and it just sort of, it's a bit of a pat on the back for my fabrication guys too, because you know they're coming up with a lot of the ideas for that sort of stuff. Especially with a thing like the Coronet was a bit of a hidden car, that thing, and you really had to look at that car to appreciate the engineering. That
for something, because that was 10 years old already.
Yeah, exactly.
And you still won an engineering award. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over and have a look at some of the machines that make some of these parts possible, and I don't know if we're going to get a sneak peek at a couple of little bits and pieces here and there.
Yes,
like car keys and door handles and spoons and forks.
Yep, that's it.
Alrighty. All right, we're over in the fabrication shop to explain the engineering we were just talking about and how Shane and his team of fabricators achieve these awards. And I swear it's at least 3 degrees cooler in here.
Yeah, it's a little bit chilly in here, yeah.
So explain to us the effort that's going into just producing these control arms.
Yeah, so all our control arms and all our components are all tested by engineers. So we have an engineer come in here. We've built this jig now to test all our control arms. So each time we do a new version of a control arm, we can put it in this test jig. The engineer will then come in with all his porta powers with all the pressure readings on them and push from all the different angles to simulate a rollover, front end impact, so that then our control arms then will be registerable in every state in Australia then.
Is it just the control arms, or you have to specify the stub axle and bearings?
No, so anything that's actually a purchased item, so Willwood spindles and that have already been tested and they've been passed. So if we're using those components, they've already been passed. That's fine.
So this is the intense testing and stuff that has to go into the Chassis Works Australia.
A lot of companies won't do this, but we believe that we need to do this. You know, it's it just gives our products more credibility, I think, out there in the...
Yeah, and of course you guys don't want anyone to die driving your cars
exactly
or
right.
using
Yeah,
your
you know,
parts.
it's
So,
the whole liability thing nowadays is...
so you really need to use a shop that goes the extra mile with their products. And to see the products in a practical use, we'll have a look at this F100 here that's...
So this has got one of our full Chassis Works chassis under it, all our 4-bar system. This has got all our brand new one-piece 4-bar chrome moly ends, which I think I showed you last time. We did a sneak peek on those. We've had several cars on the road now. The lime green XY called the Grinch. It's done about 3,000 Ks now, so we're going to pull that back in next week just to check everything.
Yep.
If we're really happy with that one, the other 2 cars that have had their components on them, we're going to start releasing them very soon now.
Yep.
So,
was any part of this a kit?
No. So none of this is a kit. This is all sort of custom made. Other than being something that anybody can buy their chassis off us, you know, that's pretty much, if you want to call it a kit, it's a kit. But,
that's it. And front end components that we've sort of just seen in the Duke.
Yeah. So in fact, the arms in that are off a 56 F100. So what we've done is taken the longest arm that we manufacture, which is these ones.
Yep.
So then that will cover all the shorter arms under that as well. You know.
Yeah, because the longer would seem weaker. Is that, would that be right?
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the shorter it is, the more it can take.
Exactly.
So if you get a good result out of the longer arm. Yeah.
And same with wheel diameter. We're testing that jig with a theoretical 22-inch wheel on it, which will then cover everything below that.
Yeah.
So.
Right, and that was Coyote powered or Godzilla?
So this is Godzilla.
Godzilla,
yeah.
All right, so 7.3 Ford in a Ford. Beautiful.
This would be full Harrop supercharged as well. So.
Righto, beautiful.
Pretty trick truck.
Because they'd be up around 800 horsepower, 600.
Yeah.
800.
They're not the prettiest engine, but a lot of power. So,
was this here before?
So this one was, I think, was pretty much all fabricated. This has been bouncing between the body shop. All the doors are in the body shop at the moment.
Definitely a very similar setup to the truck we just...
Pretty much identical.
Yeah.
This is Coyote, obviously. This will be Harrop supercharged as well when it's finished.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. And what are those seats out of?
They're an LDV van.
And that explains the armrest.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Great job. And this is one we've looked at before.
So this is nicknamed Sig Victor. So this is just a full-on show car that we're building for Ben, our main customer, or one of our main customers.
Beautiful.
This thing's, it's pretty tricky. It's got all full custom chassis under it. The chassis has been built and the floors have been built in a way that the chassis looks like it's pocketed into the bottom.
Yep.
Looks pretty tricky underneath. So Levi's been pretty much fabricating all this one. He's doing the engine base set up now.
So you've got the ride height locked there at the moment?
Yeah, we just got it locked there, just so that, you know, we know we can sort of sit a wheel on there, make sure we're clearing everything as we're building.
Yep. Keep an eye out for this one, guys. This one will be crazy. Crazy.
So this will feature a lot of our custom billet components, and that we've already made. All the portholes are all in billet, so they're all. This is all the stuff that people don't see. But, just to know.
Yeah, you've really got to pay attention, you? Because some of this stuff you just walk straight by it thinking it might be factory. But
it's not.
You really need to look at it. And I was going to ask you how flush they sort of sit there, because you've got this section of frame here, but it probably wouldn't even touch that.
No, it doesn't.
And they're not overly functional anyway.
No, that's right. They're only for looks, and that's hence why we put a black background in, so you can't actually see through them.
Yep.
And then Levi's formed all guards in here, so you can't see the back of them from underneath. You know, and so forth. Because this thing will be, you know, buffed and polished as good as what the outside is, you know, as well. So and we've done custom exhaust outlets in the rear quarter there to match these as well. So.
Beautiful. And we got the, is it a Fairlane?
Yeah, so 66 GT. This is my car actually. So I'm just
for the moment.
For the moment, yeah, until Chris puts his name on, I suppose.
Yeah. Chris, what motor do you want to put in it?
Yeah, so I've got a Pavtec 800 horsepower 427 Cleveland.
Oh, beautiful.
I've just machined new wheels for it now, so pretty much I've mocked it up. This is how we sort of start a car. We'll mock it up at ride height, make sure it looks right. And then I'll design the chassis, which is the one that's on the jig at the moment.
Yep.
That chassis will be all welded in this, so it'll be all monocoque. This car's going to be built in a NASCAR sort of theme, full cage, everything in it. So.
Do you have to move the boot hinges to get
we're going to move everything in this car, yeah.
The two different types of frames, like perimeter frame and
so you have a pretty much what we'd call a ladder frame or a straight ladder frame.
Yep.
You have an X-style chassis, which was on a lot of the early Impalas, and then a perimeter frame is pretty much what this car up here is, like 60 Impala, so the rails come right out to the sides.
Yep.
And that's pretty much how I'm building the Fairlane chassis as well. That'll have outriggers that will go out to the sills, they'll be all welded into the body.
Yep.
Super strong way of doing a car.
All right, and we've got this insane 55 convertible here. How much progress have we made on this one?
Yeah, this is getting to the last of the metalwork now, and then we'll delve into the interior, get that finished up, and it's ready to go to body shop then. Yep. I've scanned all the grille and all the headlight rims and everything, and taillight rims, and they're going to be all machined in billet.
Oh, right.
Just because we can. We've already machined all the rocker covers, which hide all the coils. They're all two-piece, and the new blower cover. Jace has sort of fabricated all the, inner fenders and all that to just give it a nice retro theme to it as well. Yep. This will probably have a sort of one-piece cover that'll come down and meet here just to cover all that area up.
Yeah, that's the one thing I sort of. The Tri-5 Chevys, you can make so much use of the cooling, the area that they have. You could almost put a Kenworth radiator in there. It's unreal. Yeah. So this would be a bumper that's turned upside down.
Yeah, so front bumper. It's just a bit of a custom trick that's been done over the years and years and years of people building these things.
But it works.
It works, yeah. Yep.
That's it. Yep. All right, we'll go and have a look at the amazing machines that produce some of the parts that Shane is putting out and the boys are putting out over in the other shop. All right, we were walking out of the shop and I spotted this 1 tonner here. This is not the tonner you're going to see at Bunnings, or maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
we pick something up.
Picking a sausage up, I suppose.
You said this is for a particular event or type of event?
Yeah, so this car will be used like in the Optima sort of Gymkhana type events. Not so much drag racing and that sort of thing, but I suppose he will put it down the track, but it's built just to handle. So we've done a lot of the work on this. United Speed Shop control arms just because it was simple and easy to do. We've reset all the rack up and that there. Obviously a wall speed.
7 litre?
Yeah, 7 litre in it. It's around 800 horsepower. So
which, as you can see, people is sort of set right back into the firewall as far as practical.
So Tramac 6-speed. It's got our whole rear end set up in it. Brace 9-inch. All our 4-bar system.
Yep, and dry sump as well.
Yeah, so this is all dry sump. So pretty much what we'd term a hardware car. Yep. Just using the best of the best in it. This guy's, just super fussy and he knows what he wants and, prepared to pay for it, etc. So.
That's it. You could definitely see this as a raw, loud race car. Yep. It looks great. That's unreal. So, looking at that exhaust and everything under the tray there, you know why we couldn't just walk out. All right, we are here where all the super technical stuff happens. There's a lot of crazy machinery in here. We've got, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a machine there printing some stuff off in carbon fibre. There's other 3D printers and computer systems in there that are used to operate them, but we also got a bunch of other machines back here. Shane, you want to Take us through
Yeah,
it.
so this is a pretty new section for us. We opened this part in last October, put a new Huss 4-axis machine in. This room here is our 3D print room. So we do a lot of 3D scanning on vehicles and parts. A lot of things like the Invicta badge. This is off the Buick we're building in there, and it's nicknamed Sinvicta. So I'll scan this, put it into my software, change it to Sinvicta, and then we'll machine a new badge in the Huss.
Yep. And you say you're going to try and replicate stuff like this as well.
Yeah, so a lot of things like that, even though, we can just re-chrome that, because of the severity of that car or the intense build it is, we want them machined in billet, so we'll scan those. That gives a quick sort of way of machining something.
So this is the material you use to mock it up or test it?
Yeah, exactly. So with 3D printing, you've got the cheapest form of the printing or the filament is PLA, which is just a quick sort of filament. Doesn't give you a really nice finish or anything, but it allows us to test fit parts on to make sure they're right. Then we'll go on further and either machine in aluminium or print in carbon fibre.
Yeah.
It's quite an expensive printing exercise in carbon fibre. These would cost 40, 50 cents, and that costs about $400.
Yeah, I noticed you printed your lunchbox in that. Does it keep your food fresh? So this machine here is printing.
Yeah, so this is what we term an end-use printer. So this prints actual carbon fibre filament. It's a mixture of carbon fibre and ABS, but it's super, super strong. So we can actually use these. It's rated to 450 degrees centigrade, so we can actually use these on an engine or whatever else. This is actually printing some dual hose clamps that we developed that we use on engines that hold heater hoses and stuff.
Wow, that's saying something because you've got pressure and temperature.
Exactly, yeah.
And this machine's going pretty much 24/7?
Yeah, because a lot of because of the finish on this machine, it's pretty much just like it's been injection moulded to look at. Yep. It takes a long time to print, so even these 3 little clamps here will be, I think, nearly 6.5 hours to go, and the thing going for 3 now. So,
Righto. And is this something you machine up yourself?
Yeah, it was just one of our trick things. It's that's actually used.
Pizza?
Pizza, whatever you like. Yeah. This is actually used just to slice the print off the bed. So it has a use.
It has a use. All right. Chassis Works Australia. All right, we'll go and have a look at this big 4-axis
mill.
CNC mill. Mm-hmm. So you and the other guys are sort of trained to program this machine?
Just me. Yeah, this is my little toy area, so nobody else is allowed in here. So I've been doing 3D design and CAD work for nearly 20 years now, so I'm pretty up to spec with that. And then this is all something new to me. I mean, I'd run CNC routers before and the CNC plasma. Yep. This is a whole new ball game, and the programming of it is the big thing. Yeah. So it's quite intense. So it's taken me, nearly 6 months to get around to the point where I'm really confident with it now, and we're machining our own wheels now and a lot of components. Things like these, we sold quite a few sets of these. Were developed originally for the 66 C10 down there, the champagne one. Nobody makes these for some reason in the world. We do now, so we sold quite a few sets of them.
And these are
so these are just prototype spindles that we're developing. These eventually will be forged. These are just a test one now at the moment, which we've machined up. So these will take a C7 Corvette hub, direct hub, and we'll take all the C7 based brake kits, Brembo, Willwood, whatever.
Which trims the fat on engineering too, because they're OE parts.
Exactly.
So the original equipment manufacturer has tested the hell out of them already. So, All right. Well, and that one's the.
So this is a new printer now. So this is a new cubic metre printer. So we bought this so we can design door trims, seats, whatever, and print a full.
Oh yeah.
So this will print the whole bed
Yep.
right up through to here. So it'll
If
do a
you're
full-
wondering what that circle is there, we printed a Meat Lovers pizza earlier. That's what that other spatula was for too.
That's what that is. That green vase was pretty.
You're kidding. If you need home furniture, that vase there, the green thing, come out of that machine just now. Oh, that's unreal. So all these parts are no good without us telling you where you can buy them. Where can you
So
find them?
at the moment, we're just pretty much just selling through our Facebook page. We have a full online shop almost ready to go for all our products. All our carbon fibre hose clamps, which are all temperature rated, can be bolted straight onto an engine. We've got around 100 products going to be coming out on our website, which you'll be able to buy online. Mainly builders products like 4-bar ends, componentry, ball joint sleeves, inner sleeves for 4 bars, all our 4-bar bushes, which are a special urethane that we've had developed, so they're not going to fall apart and break like most of it do. So it's hopefully by the end of the year we'll have that all up and online and people will be able to buy and
Beautiful.
what else. But anything that people want now, they've only got to contact us through our Facebook page.
Yeah, so if you've got a part that that you can scan and
So we do, the other thing too is that people don't know that we do outsourcing stuff as well. So if you just, doesn't have to be car related, but if you want something 3D printed or machined, we're a fully functioning machine shop. So just ask,
That's it. All right, we'll go and have a look at the showroom. All right, we're in the room where most of the cars that are pretty much finished end up until their owners come and get them and what have you. And last time we were here, this Viper here, which is a pretty rare car here in Australia, was in its, midway through repairs.
Yeah, so this car had come to an unfortunate demise and a bit of an accident and hit a bus stop and a phone pole. Smashed it into 103 pieces, and we know that because we counted every one of them. So we had to pretty much reconstruct the whole car back to what it is now. We've done a custom set of wheels for it and had Bear do a special set of brakes for it as well. So this is a ACR GDS Viper.
Yep, which is like a racing
Pretty
sort
much
of edition.
a race version, of their Viper. Fairly lethal car, V10, around 600 horsepower. This has been ponied up a bit.
Yep. Have you fully resprayed it? Because I know it was the back of the car at least.
Full paint job right through, all new stainless exhausts. As I said, custom set of wheels for it we've done. And we sat it lower and still custom coilovers on it now as well. So.
Yeah, and this is tricky to get parts for. You can't go to Jolly's there in Dandenong and rustle up some parts for it.
These things, because there's been so many smashed over the years, there's not that many out there wrecked that you can get parts for. The left headlight was, or the right headlight I should say, was totally destroyed and we had to buy another one. We actually found a new old stock one that was $13,000 US. So, parts are quite expensive for it.
That's it. Great job on that one. And this ute here was in the paint shop last time we saw it. It was in like primer.
This has been a pretty special sort of build for us for a local customer. The guy's granddad bought this brand new in '72. So this is a fairly rare, as we've been told, one of one, Kingswood Sandman ute.
Yep.
Normally they were a Belmont. Somehow it come through the factory as a Kingswood.
Yep.
So it's forced.
And that'll all be on the ID plate. Not that it's important because it's not for sale. So, all that'll be on there.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, this car's had a couple of rebuilds over its lifetime. The guy's dad had it after the grandfather had it, and they used to drag race it and whatever else. And now it's just his turn to revamp it. We've done it in a way where it's totally all bolt on.
So it would be maybe a 308.
Yeah, so this would have been
Trimatic
this was 308 non-power steering 4-speed car.
Yep.
bucket seat console, obviously. So now it's Harriet Blowen LS.
Factory colour or?
Yeah, so this is saffron orange. Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful car. 9-inch and all that in it.
Yep. Yeah, it's got all our rear end and that in it, as we've done for it.
Were these Leaf?
So these are Leaf. So we've put Kel-Trax in it, just because it's a very powerful car, and the guy wants to use it on drag reek or wherever else he wants to use it. So it's.
I was just noticing, is this filter washable and oilable?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So
this is cardboard aided design. They still do it. It has to be done at some point.
Yeah, so we still, even though we've got all the flash machines and that, we've got to start somewhere, just to get an idea of where we want to do things. That's going to be the airbox, obviously, for the intake. But
and this is all billet as well. I think we saw these.
Yeah, so these are all done by an Aubrey company, OC Billet, doing some really trick stuff.
Yeah, I think we met them.
We've been using their stuff for a while now, and it's very nice.
Yeah, it's nice. They do a lot of HK stuff as well.
Yeah,
HK, TG.
Yeah, XY and that they're doing now as well. Their bonnet hinges are really good.
Yeah.
Really happy with those. So.
Yeah. And over here we've got Chris's car,
Yeah, it's another one of Chris's GTs.
This was unveiled at Sydney Hot Rod Show.
Yeah, so we unveiled it there. It won top authentic engine bay, second interior. We would have got first, but apparently there was dust in it.
Yeah, rear view mirror or something, or the sun visors.
Yeah, sun visors. Yeah.
Was this an RPO car?
So this is an RPO 83.
Yes.
So factory globe wheels. Everything you're seeing on the car is all original to the car. Obviously, we've done all new chrome and glass and whatever else, but the accessories that are on it come with the car.
Beautiful.
It's one of 7 XA GTs in dual green. So this is the Hoey colour.
Yep.
This particular car is one of one that doesn't have a sunroof in this colour.
Yep. You know how many of them were manual like this?
There was two manuals, and this is one of the two as well.
Beautiful job, and it did well at Sydney, as you said.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
authentic and that.
Top authentic engine bay, which was a real sort of chuff for Scott because he sort of handles that whole side of it. And he's very experienced in how they should be now, so he's done quite a few of them for us. So.
Yeah, because you've got to apply all the labels and that. It's not like they were measured and they're levelled and all that. They were just trying to get them off the production line. And
we've had, we had the GT Nationals here last year, and all the experts come out of the woodwork. But as most of the guys that have been around for a long time say, well, you didn't know which Juno was, doing what on what day
and for. None of them were exactly the same. So. That's it. And in the future, we've got some future plans for the showroom. There's going to be...
so when we designed the shop 10 years ago, we were always going to put a coffee shop in, and we've been so busy that we never got around to doing it. And now things with the move and moving all the fab shop and whatever else, we've got the room now to do things. So we're going to put our coffee shop in this area.
Not in the back of Stuart's. Stuart?
Yeah. No, not in that. No, we'll move that back out of there, I think. So we're going to have tables and chairs in here, and it'll be open to the public. just sort of probably in the mornings, and people can come and get a coffee from around the area here. And it'll be here for when we have groups come through and do a cars and coffee type setup. So. Yeah.
And that's at your own risk, because I'm midway through a barista course. I've just noticed something. This will be the first time that Shane and I actually met. I had an XR8 Ute at the time, and this was sitting out the front of the Melbourne exhibition buildings. And I think I asked him, you can't really see it, you can see it there, the flames on this Ute. And you were kind enough to at least tell me roughly what was going to be going into involved, because mine was black, it was a Series 2 like this, and we were going to do similar flames and that. And I'm 50 now and you're 52.
I was,
another case of full circle in this industry, and how lucky I am to be working with Greg and be able to do this sort of stuff. And that was at its time, I think there was that and the Vic Marker tattoo.
Yeah,
the black one
yeah,
with
Collins black
yeah,
one. Yeah,
the silver and
yeah,
blue.
Yeah, so Matty Egan,
Vic Marker tattoo. Yeah.
Matty Egan had done both the flame jobs on those. You know, so they're pretty much at the same time, which was pretty much Collins was where I got the idea from. You know, that, so.
That was killer,
Yeah.
and yours was amazing at the time, and funny that it's there.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, I think other than us going up and playing some banjos, that's the shop update, I guess, for Southern Rod and Custom. We're going to go and enjoy a nice frothy ale or two or something, or maybe some English breakfast tea, you know, we would not bothering people.
I do that, that's right.
And thank you for watching.
Thank you.